Saturday, a lazy Saturday here with Why Jamaica. I'm Netta, and this is another episode. We didn't have an episode last week, so this one is trying to kind of like compensate for it. Actually, today we're going to talk about Jamaican greetings. By the way, I hope that you can hear me clearly, and even though the wind where I am right now, which is Fisherman Inn in Falmouth, is really strong, really strong, you can still see and hear me clearly. Move the tripod. Yeah, so big up everybody that's joining into the live. Big up all the other production. Yeah, we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Jamaican greetings and overall what does it mean basically to greet each other, culture wise here in Jamaica. So just making sure that you can hear me clearly with the wind and everything. Give me a signal that you can hear me clearly. And we're going to start right away. All right, so as I said, Jamaican greetings are very important. I've mentioned it in several episodes before that Jamaicans are very big in manners and being polite to each other, especially if you're in corporate area or you're talking to elderly or people that are, adults. Even people like youth and whatever, young people are between themselves, have manners and are polite, but in corporate areas and when you're talking to people that are older than you, it's more important. Manners is a basic, you have to say good morning, you have to say those things when you're coming into, either an office, a store, any, if you're at work or whatever, you have to say those things because people definitely would consider you like, oh, it doesn't have no manners, it don't say good morning or whatever, which is very different from other countries. It's not necessarily a habit or something that people usually do in other cultures, and I find it really nice and welcoming. Everywhere that you would go, people would greet you in the morning, even if you're not in a good mood. Just hearing a good morning from somebody else that you might don't even know would make you feel a little bit like, okay, people notice me and, willing to interact with me. So it's definitely a good thing, the way I see it. So keeping manners is a very important thing, not only with elders, not only in corporate areas, but overall in Jamaica. It would help you also to get a better, more respectful treatment back. Just like if you would respect somebody, they would reply with respect back. But yeah, definitely something that's very important to establish when you're coming here. And overall, to greet people in Jamaica is a big thing. If you've been here before or you are Jamaican, you know that people definitely love to, get excited when they see somebody that they haven't met for a long time, get excited when they suddenly meet a family in like a situation where they weren't expecting to meet that family member or stuff like that. So it's something that people here really are into, and if they find somebody that they know, a friend or a family or whatever, they would definitely won't ignore him. They would definitely be excited to meet the person and greet them and make sure that they are okay and ask them lots of questions if they're okay in many ways, and would definitely, interact. So to me, it's really special again because I think that you are big up Gilly, and tune in to Gilly Lives as well. He's playing. I don't know if you can write down Gilly if you have any regular days where you're playing, but he plays a lot on Instagram Live, and you can link up and listen to his music. Well, listen to the music he's playing. Yeah. So anyway, and also his music. But anyway, so yeah, what I was saying though, sorry, I had to fix this. It's too much wind over here. I hope that the screen doesn't move that much. So Jamaican greetings are really important. When you're talking to elders, you might talk different than talking to like somebody younger. And it's definitely important to keep, the manners and also be respectful to anybody that you talk to, not only if they are adults or whatever. But as I said, when Jamaicans would greet you, they would greet you with a lot of passion and excitement and energy, and they're like, oh God. So today we're going to go through the type of greetings, also the way that you would respond to a greeting, and the way that you would say goodbye as well, like when you want to end up the conversation or you're ready to leave, and another surprise for the end as well. So, as I said, yes, manners are very, very important. And when we're talking about greetings, we have several different types of way to say greetings. So, so buds and brushes, that's the event, the virtual event that Mel is doing. I think almost every month, I think she's doing it. Lots of artists, lots of packages where you can get, buds and brushes and paint and, have a great time while watching live performance from all around the world. So you can definitely also, Gil, if you want, you can put and tag the Instagram, Mel Instagram, so people can sign in. By the way, 24th of April is my sister's birthday. Love you, Daphna. So yeah, look forward for that event. There is Wolipa artists coming, and Wolipa artists is going to perform live and direct to your living room or your bed, wherever you want to watch it from. Anyway, so starting with the greetings. So yeah, so there is, as I said, several different types. So when you're talking about a casual hello, and when you're just meeting somebody, it can be anybody. It can be a person that you really don't know necessarily from before, somebody new, and also somebody that you know. You would probably say wagwan. Wagwan is what is going on. So overall, the language in Jamaica might sound similar to a lot of people. It might sound similar to English. It's a mix of several different languages that came to Jamaica, influence of Spanish, African languages, English, French, all of these, and also mainly influences from African descent languages. So when you're talking about Patois, it might sound to a lot like it's English, but if you really explore the language itself as terms in the language and stuff, you would understand that there is a difference between the two. And you shouldn't consider it as a mix of or some type of English, because it's not. Okay, it's definitely a different language. It's based on Creole as well, and it's a language. So don't try to compare it to English. But I'm just going to give you the translation to English so you would be able to understand. So as I said, yeah, casual hello, you can start with just saying wagwan. Wagwan means what is going on. What up? What up? Probably, by the way I'm saying it is, as much as I would try, it would be with my foreign accent. So I'm going to have to try to ignore that for or but just understand. Oh my God. Listen, this doesn't happen regularly. In Jamaica, they ban all of the plastics, okay? So when you find a plastic straw, it's like, whoa. So now I'm going to enjoy drinking my juice. I was waiting all of this time to put the straw. 1 second. Yeah. Oh, this is a really good one. Tropical Rhythm. They have really nice juices. Anyway, wind here is crazy. Don't know if I would end up moving to a less windy place. Anyway, it's beautiful out here. That's why I keep on choosing this spot, because it's beautiful out here, but the wind is insane. Insane. Have to hold my head in a band and stuff, so I won't go all over the place. So anyway, yes, so we were saying wagwan, it's a regular casual hello. Also, yo. When you meet somebody that you kind of didn't meet for a really long time, or somebody that you're excited to see, or if it's between two young people, most of the time it's gonna be like, yo, wagwan, it's gonna be much more with excitement, and but yo can be in many yo can be yo, like, yo, what you doing? What are you doing? You know? But yo can be also to be excited for somebody, but it can also be like somebody is trying to get your attention and you're doing something wrong or something like that. So basically a lot of the terms or the ways or the slangs or the words that I would say, if you say them in a little bit different way, it would mean something completely else, and it would be in a completely different context. So you have to remember that as well. But what wagwan is definitely something that you can feel free to say when you come into Jamaica and your taxi driver is picking you up and he's like trying to splash all of this patois on you and you're like, wagwan, everything good? Yeah, everything irie? So yeah. So these are the response, but we're going to get there soon. So, so yo is definitely, you know, yo is like what's happening, whatever, but it's in a much more cooler way, I would say. Wapen, it's what is happening. Wapen can be also in the current, like wapen, what is going on now, or wapen, why you look so, like, what is happening? Why do you look like that? What happened? You know? So it can be also in the current situation when they're asking you what is going on right now. And also what happened? Like something happened. What is going on? Why you look like that? You know? As I said, everything has several meanings. So if you want to kind of check for other people's plan, like let's say you're asking a person wagwan and you say everything good, and you maybe want to, I don't know, ask them out for a drink later on or whatever, or you want to meet with them later on, meet with them during the week, you will definitely want to ask them like what is their plan. But if you want to ask it in a patois way, you're going to ask them where you depan, or you're going to ask them why pre, or what the pre, sorry, or where you up to, how you stay. So all of these questions, well, how you stay has several different meanings. I'm going to get to that in a second, but all of these questions basically means like, what is your plan? What are you up to? What is the schedule for the rest of the day? You know, it's a very cool way to say it, because remember, Jamaicans are the coolest on earth, probably. But yeah, it's like, what's the pre, or where you depan? What is on the schedule, basically. Where you depan? That's basically what it means, yeah? How you stay, by the way, can be in different ways, okay? So how you stay is like, it can be in like, what is the plans for the rest of the day, but it can also mean, it has two other more meanings that I know about. Obviously, Jamaicans probably would know to say more. On, you know, the mood, like mood and health and whatever, like how you stay, like if you're good, if you're alright, if your mood is okay, if you're in a good state of mind today, and also how you stay economically wise, like money wise, how you stay, if you can afford certain things or not. So you know, it's like, it's a way of saying, it's a gentle way of saying basically, you know, how ready are you to spend a certain amount of money, I would say. Like, let's say, for example, all right, to give you a situation, you're in a gas station, you took some friends, you're going to a day trip, and obviously most friends split the gas money, so it'd be easier for everybody. So you're gonna like turn around to your people and tell them how you stay. Can cover that up for me or what? You know? Yeah, Giddy was saying, you're good. You're good is also a way to ask somebody, good, you're alright. But Gilly, you're leading me to the next section of the greetings, which is asking for somebody well-being, or asking, you know, literally asking to understand if the person in front of you is in a good mood and is happy and had a good day or had a really bad day, unfortunately, you know. So you can directly ask them, you're good, you're alright, you're okay. Like, especially if you see people that are a little bit down or whatever, that's the perfect question to ask, of course. My God, can you guys see me clearly with all of this wind? Like in a second my camera is just going to anyway, my phone. Yeah, you're good is also, by the way, Gilly, stop you on that. But also, you're good is also a way to kind of like end the conversation. You know, if you're talking to somebody and the man is like, you know, chatting, and you're like ready to cut, ready to finish the conversation. You're like, you're good though, don't? And then kind of like ending the conversation. Though is like, you're good though, you know, it's like, yeah, alright, you know, we can finish the conversation. I mean, I got what I wanted, you got what you wanted, let's finish the conversation. So yeah, so you're good can be also to ask somebody for their well-being, but it can also use to finish and cut the conversation. Yes, so, oh, you're alright also can be a way of asking somebody if they're alright really. And you would notice, like, one of the things that I really appreciate with locals is, you know, when I just came to Jamaica, obviously I got to know so many different people from so many different groups, and people from the entertainment world, people from the tourism industry, people just, you know, regular people, you know, regular local people, I would say. And people will literally care, genuinely care about your well-being. Like, let's say you are in a party, or you're in a situation where you're around locals, and maybe you are the only or one of the few foreigners that are there. They will always make sure that you are good. They would always ask you, you're good, you're alright, you're okay, you know. They would make sure that if you're with them, you're covered, you know. You're not going to be standing there and feeling like, I want a beer, but I feel so intimidated to go to the bar and get a beer, stuff like that. They're going to make sure that if you tell them you're good, and then they might ask you if you want to drink something, you know, they will try to accommodate everything to you to make it feel comfortable and feel welcomed and home. So I really appreciate it, and I thank for all of the people that have done that for me as well, because a lot of the times as a foreigner, when you're traveling, you know, in different countries, you're kind of like trying to observe and get everything around you in every situation that you are. Obviously, me is a bit different because I've been living in here, so I have more responsibilities than less time to get everything, but you know, more responsibilities of living in a country. But yeah, when you're traveling, you just want to get the vibe and the atmosphere and everything, and you don't necessarily think about yourself, like in a way of, you don't really think about, okay, I need to make sure that, you know, I don't know, getting my food before this and this, da 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 da. So people really take it upon themselves, local, when they spend time around you, and they would make sure that you are good in a way that you really, everything and every need that you would have will be settled. So it's a really important thing, and I definitely appreciate it. By the way, big up everybody that's joining. Let me big up everybody. Stefan Dyke, Kapala, Gilly Vibes, Ray, Unpredictable Kid, Black Me, Breeze Boss, Jago Jawor. Sorry. Yeah, so anyway, big up everybody that's joining. Feel free to share it as well and tag your friends so they can be a part of this live. By the way, if you guys have any suggestion or mentions of things, greetings that I haven't said already, you can always write them down in the comments and let me know. Maybe you would teach me something. Hopefully, I am always ready to learn. And also correct me if I'm wrong in anything. Yes, so as I said, if you want to check to someone's well-being, you're going to ask them, you alright? How you stay, you know, you're going to ask them how you stay, are you feeling good, whatever. You're good, everything is up. Oh, up is like a term that I think maybe in the past maybe 5 years or even less, people use it a lot. Like, overall slang is a big thing in Jamaica, in addition to Patois. Patois is not slang, obviously, but saying up is a slang, and everything up is like everything is okay, everything up and running, you know. So, yeah, people definitely use it a lot. There are certain terms, like, it comes and goes. It's like trends. I remember when I was here in 2017, everybody used to say ash. Everything ash, everything good, everything ash. So, it's kind of mix of the culture and the language together, and that's why oh, Gilly said, what about when somebody greets you with manners? Well, I would just respond in manners, obviously, but Like if somebody's saying, good morning, how are you? Or, well, I'm not an example. I always just answer straightforward to what no, but basically you would say, you would just respond like based on how you feel. And if somebody greets you good morning, well, look, how would you greet good morning? How would you greet, sorry, in a mannered way? Is probably saying good morning, how are you? How do you feel? Is everything is okay? I guess that most of the people that I interact with, even at work and stuff, would already know that, I understand Patois, so they can respond to me and communicate with me in Patois. Yeah, people will definitely just feel free to talk to me straightforward like that. But Gilly, let me know if there is anything I missed, if there is anything like, is there any Patois greeting way except for morning and whatever, which is good morning. Usually, by the way, I used to say morning. Morning is like good morning, but most Jamaicans would cut it to morning, you know. But I don't use it just because using the word morning, it sounds too much like mourning about somebody that passed away. So I think I heard it in some Rasta circle, and from then I kind of stopped saying morning. I would say good morning and try to avoid negative words. Most of the Rasta, by the way, they really think about every word that's coming out of their mouth, and if a word sounds a bit too not straight, not right, they wouldn't say it. Like, for example, well, you know what? I'm gonna leave it for a different episode. Don't want to get to it right now. You're well governed so far. Yeah? You're well governed so far. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's in manners, yeah, but it's still like, I think I kind of got to an understanding that in the end of the day, everybody between themselves, especially like if you're a foreigner that's living here for a while, but locals, they would, even if it's corporate offices, they will talk between themselves patois. They're not going to force the English. They're going to force the English when they have to speak publicly, when they have to do maybe some communication with other countries and they want to get understood really, there. But most of them, they will speak between themselves in patois, which I think is great. That's their language. And who am I to say, how they should talk? But I think that anyway would be a good way to ask to ask somebody, just to be polite and ask somebody for their well-being. It's a good thing. You shouldn't be just ignoring people that are in front of you. And that's the one basic thing that I've mentioned in several different lives that I've done, is that in Jamaica, if you even pass by somebody that you don't know in the street, especially if they're elders, say good morning, say good evening, good afternoon. Afternoon, by the way, starts by 12 already. So that's another funny thing is like the hours where, like, when you say to somebody good morning or whatever in 12 p.m., you're like good afternoon. It's like, 12 is already afternoon, but that's also a different story. But anyway, yeah, it's very common to be to hold manners here and to speak respectively to everybody that you see. If you're going into a store early in the morning, you would say good morning. It's something important that unfortunately, when I go back to travels in Israel, I always get shocked because I'm like, it's so chaotic in Israel. So many people, so much rush, so many people that just trying to get everything same time. Nobody have patience, and nobody have patience or anything like that to tell you good morning. It's like people just pass by each other like this, and nobody really acknowledge each other unless they are friends. And I wouldn't mind if it would change in Israel, and maybe people then would be able to take things step down, But I guess it's a cultural thing again in Israel as well. Every country has its own cultural habits, and I believe that here people are really just willing to take the time and acknowledge what's around them and the people around them and the environment that they are in, really observe what is going on and be a part of it and not just pass by things. And also they don't really have that, eager to like, what's next? People here have patience, way more patient than in Israel, that's for sure. But yeah, I guess way more patient than a lot of other places in the world, because one of the main complaints I think that tourists have here when they go to restaurants is that it takes a lot of time to prepare meals and whatever, which to locals here is a regular thing. So I think people here overall have much more patience when it comes to everything in life. Like even people that are practically working on their crafts for all of their life, they have much more patience for themselves. They're not trying to rush and say, I should have done it this year, you know, all of these things. So people are really willing to give the time to do its own, you know. So it's a very good thing, a very interesting thing to learn from as well. So if you want to, oh my god, what is this? Oh. Sorry about it. Guys, listen, I have a minor ADHD, so every second that I'm looking on the side is just because of that. Don't take it personally. I'm totally with you. 2 hours for your brown stew fish, but don't you miss it over there in Europe. Don't you miss it, Gilly. Don't miss your brown stew. Waiting 3 hours. No, you know what's the good thing about Jamaica? That's the best tip I got before I fly for my first time, came here for a visit for my first time, was when you come into a restaurant, you make a spliff, then you order the food, then you smoke the spliff, then you get really hungry, and then you enjoy the food. By the time you end up the spliff, that's when you're gonna be really hungry. So yeah, that's the style. I'm joking, you don't have to smoke a spliff, but if you do, that's a good method to make yourself hungry until, because it does take time here. But as I said, if you're willing to wait, you're gonna have great food. Anyway, coming back to getting a little bit more focused, yeah? Miss it enough. You see people, Gilly, born and raised in Jamaica, and the man moved for future plans for him and his wife. Oh my god, bad news, my battery is very low. So he missed Jamaica. So you guys know what I'm talking about. And he's been there, he's been in Europe not even a year, I think, right, Gilly? So yeah, it's a big thing. But we miss you here, and you're soon gonna come here for a visit with your beautiful wife, so don't worry. Alright, so saying hello to somebody, like let's say you meet somebody and he's a friend of somebody that you know, and you want to tell him to say hi to somebody, you're going to say, hail up Gilly for me, hail up Simi for me, hail up Brandon for me. You know, you're going to use the name of the person you want to say hi to, and then you're going to say hail up and the name of the person. Hail up is like basically, well, hail, I guess hail and the literal meaning of the word, you can find it on Google Translate, but it's not the real literal meaning of the word that they are using, right? So yeah, so hail up is really more like saying hi to somebody. Say hi to somebody and, you know, just say hi from me and I miss him and, you know, all of these things. So if you get to see somebody that knows somebody that you know, but you haven't met that person for some time, you just tell them, hail up the man for me, hail up him for me, hail up whatever, you know. Just make sure you say hi to everybody. It's very important. I'm not saying it's like, it's not, as I said, it's not really a custom to ignore people, you know, unless you're in a really bad relation with people. But if you are going to an area or an event or whatever, and the people around you, you know most of them, you would probably end up saying hello to everybody that you know, like a close hello to everybody, hi to everybody. But you would also hail up and say hi and blessing and whatever to everybody around, like all of the other people that you don't know. Again, it's just a mannered way to just acknowledge everybody in the room, acknowledge everybody and just say hi and be respectable and, you know, be nice and pleasant to others. And everybody would do that to you as well, you know, especially if you are a tourist, they would notice you just like that, obviously, and they would make sure that they, you know, say hi and everything. Oh my god, this wind. Anyway, my favorite part. So, you know, in the Rasta world, there are lots of different types of greetings. Greeting somebody is well important. It's kind of like greeting somebody. and you're literally going to use the word bless a lot. Blessing, blessed, blessed, whatever. You're going to use that a lot. You're going to use a lot of spiritual names, spiritual blessings, you know, to kind of acknowledge the person in front of you. There is lots of, in Jamaica, there is lots of, I'm by myself, so I can't show you, you know, but there are lots of ways to kind of like greet in Jamaica with your hands. If it's Rasta, they do the lion paw. And regular people, I'm doing it with myself, it's pretty hilarious, but regular people, we do it like this, you know, just when they hail somebody. Obviously now we have the elbow. So the elbow has been in Jamaica before the COVID. So obviously these things are also part of greetings. So it's less physical right now because of COVID and everybody's trying to be careful and not touch nothing, but it's still there. So when you are, one thing though the Jamaicans do not do when they greet each other, they don't kiss. Like in Israel, for example, when you greet somebody, you kiss them on both cheeks. We don't really kiss them a wet kiss, yeah, but you kind of, you know, they don't do it in Jamaica. Don't try it. Do not ever try it to somebody in the same sex of you, because locals are going to look at you in a very weird way. So if you hail up somebody, you either do anything with a fist or big up, whatever, but you don't kiss, really, unless it's your family. Yeah. Or unless you're in Israel and you can't control it because it's just in your blood to kiss everybody. Stuff. The thing with Israel is hilarious because my husband always, I think, kind of he doesn't say that to me, but I believe that he does. You know, when he meets Israeli friends and whatever, everybody just, you know, kiss on both cheeks, and it's just not something in the culture here. So it's kind of something you have to adjust. But it has good intention. But anyway, so yeah, so as I said, Rasta blessing, they are very spiritual. They say a lot of blessing. They also say greetings, and then they would use whatever, you know, if it's a female, they would usually call her an empress, even if they don't know her. If it's a man, they would call them brethren. They would find a spiritual way to call the person and also to bless him, you know? And when you're living and when you're coming, blessing is the same. Basically, you can use it when you're living and when you're coming, because you can say, yeah man, blessing, take care, yeah? Take care is also a way to say goodbye. Well, we soon reach to the goodbyes, yeah? So it's definitely something that Rasta would say blessings and use a lot of spiritual names. Whoa, all right. So when we're talking about the response right now, right? So in the response, we're going to talk about how would you respond when somebody's greeting you, right? So somebody asks you wagwan, and then you can say midea. Midea is like, I'm here. It can be midea and nothing really is going on, like I'm here and everything is regular, okay? Or, you know, if you're waiting for somebody or whatever, midea is also a way to say that you are just literally here wherever you are supposed to be. If it's, I don't know, you're planning to meet with somebody and you have already reached to the place and a man call you or wagwan and whatever, you just tell them midea, you know? So it can be several meanings, as I said. Also, another response that you would say is, probably most of the time you can also respond in a question, obviously, and ask the person in front of you how they are. So, you know, if somebody asks you wagwan, it's like, everything good, what's up with you, or wagwan with you, or what you deal with, or how you stay, or whatever. Also, you can say, you know, everything is everything is kind of like everything is well, everything is okay, nothing is really new, everything is just how it's supposed to be, basically. Yeah, it's kind of like a cool way to say, I'm good, you know, everything is basically regular. If you kind of like not doing nothing and chilling, you would say, me a bill back, me a chill, kickback, I don't know if people really say that, but yeah, kickback, yeah, but most people say me a bill back, or me a whole of vibes, or stuff like that. So that means basically that the person is just chilling, not doing anything particularly, just having fun, most likely just being with himself or friends and just chilling, having fun, relaxing. Nothing nagwan, nothing is going on. Nothing nagwan means everything dry, like the man asks you, oh, how is everything, and you're like, nothing nagwan is like, that person is going to beg for something. No, I'm joking. But anyway, it's like that the person is going to say like, maybe you can help him in this and help him in that, because when people say nothing nagwan, it means that they really want to show you that nothing is going on for them right now, and your help might be significantly helpful for them. So if somebody is telling you that and you're in a position where you can help or whatever, you ask them like, furthermore, what's up, how you can help or whatever. But not nagwan also can mean that everything is regular, not nagwan, but it can also mean like you ask somebody right now in the COVID Airbnb owner, you ask them, wagwan, how you stay? It's like not nagwan, the pandemic, whatever. So it can come in different ways, as I said. Guan bill, again, the same thing, like chilling and just not doing really nothing. Oh, everything start out is like, if somebody's asking you to deal with something for them and you're taking it upon yourself, then you would say, yeah, like, and you deal with it and everything is good, you would say, yeah man, everything start out, everything good. Everything nice is something that people use a lot, overall the word nice. Everything cool, everything crisp, everything airy. By the way, I don't know why everything crisp. Can someone Jamaican can write down why they use the word crisp? Probably it has a meaning, but I don't know why. Because remember, my English, it's not a native language for me, so maybe it comes from an English word that I don't know. Everything airy, obviously. Airy is just a way to say that everything is okay, you're up, you're living, you're healthy, you're good, Jah is protecting you, and you're alright. So everything airy is just a way to say that everything good as it should be. Energy is up, as I said, and yeah, you're healthy and good and you're happy. Everything shell is everything shell, it means like, if you're doing a party and the party is going really really good and somebody asking you how things stay and whatever, you just say everything shell, everything good, everything crisp and nice and everything. So yeah, so it's like much more than just the better regular. It's way better. It's really good. And we reached the goodbyes. So when you want to say to somebody goodbye, remember where I told you in the beginning of the episode, you can also use you're good, like you're good though. When you want to end the conversation, you can just say you're good though, don't, and then kind of like finish the conversation. But you can also say things like little more. Like little more means I'm cutting right now. Oh, let's see what Gilly said. Chris is derivation for Chris, like, okay, so crisp like a $100 bill. Well, it's related to money, that's what I'm understanding, and it basically means that everything is good. I kind of thought it's like that. I don't know. It might sound stupid, but I would say it. I thought it's somewhere from the word crystal, like everything glistening good and that. But yeah, well, it's related to money. So yeah, that's the meaning of it. That's very interesting. Anyway, so Gilly, we should do one live that you are discussing with me about things, but it seems like you can tell people more than what I can say. Anyway, little more, see you later or tomorrow or whatever. These are also ways where you can end the conversation. If you're good and you got everything you need and you spoke to the person and you're alright and you kind of like have to continue in your day, The thing with Jamaicans, they love to talk, yeah? So if you don't put the line, it's not going to end. So yeah, so saying whatever, little more or later or tomorrow, whatever, these things will definitely make the other person understand that you're going to cut the conversation. Another way to say it, but that's really cutting it, like, I don't know. I don't really use it, but maybe men between themselves, I think they use that a lot. Like, me gone, like, I'm going, you know, I'm out. And there's another thing that I don't know why it appears everywhere on the internet, like people use it, but I don't find if Jamaican use it. But is it true that Jamaicans say "ina di marrows"? Nobody really use it. Like, maybe only old people use it. I never heard since I'm here somebody using that word, but that phrase. But maybe I'm wrong again. Maybe I'm wrong. So, the last thing that I told you, which is a surprise, and also we have to finish the live soon because this wind over here is getting a bit crazy. There are lots of ways of Jamaicans to greet people in a mannered way. There are lots of ways to say hi and hello and be nice and full of polite and whatever and ask for somebody. But there are also ways where Jamaicans greet people inappropriately. Please, all of the Jamaicans in the comments and watching right now, take it for your, please, listen to me. It doesn't make us feel good, though, I'm joking, but it's my perspective, obviously. But there are lots of, because Jamaicans are very outspoken and straightforward and just want to say whatever they have to say to the person, they don't really, you know, think too much. They're just going to say it. Not in a bad way, just because this is the culture, yeah? They might sometimes say things that are a bit, can be, you know, translated to the person a bit rude. Well, I'm just going to dive straight into it. And when somebody is telling you, and it happened to me a lot when I gain weight and whatever, when somebody is greeting you and the first thing they're telling you, oh, you get fatty now, oh, you get fatty, or you get broad. Oh my god, people, guys, I have to finish this soon. I'm here with some situation with the battery. Anyway, so yeah, so when people say that, it's like they're telling you put on weight. In Jamaica, to put on weight is a good thing. It means that you are able to afford food, you're good and everything. But when people say that, you don't know if they mean in a good way or not. You don't know if, like, they're saying you don't look good or you look good. Question, I don't know. So don't say that. It don't make us feel good. Tell me I'm broad, tell me I'm this, I'm looking whatever sex in there, don't tell me I put on weight. Oh, and if you lose weight, they would tell you, oh, you're maga, so, like, how you so slim and you're so skinny, so don't comment about my weight, please. I know how I look, I have a mirror at my home. But anyway, that's my personal intention. And overall, just responding to every small change that you do in your body. If you do like a tattoo, you do a piercing, if you cut your hair, why you cut your hair so short, and whatever, you know? So yeah, Jamaicans would notice everything, especially if they know you for a good time, or they work with you, or you're around them, whatever. But you have to understand that these cultures are different and don't take it personally. So guys, I'm going to finish the live so my phone won't break in the end of it. Remember that, I'm going to release a new episode today on Eclipse Half Moon Hotel and a little bit about the history of tourism in Jamaica. Keep linked and updated on my Instagram. I keep the updates of any blog and vlog that I'm uploading to my website or the YouTube channel. Just keep posted and tuned. And that's it. It was a great lady Saturday, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it and it made you a little bit more of a fun Saturday. So yeah, have fun for all of the Jamaicans that are here in curfew. Curfew starts today at 4. So we are trying to enjoy the rest of our day. Bye guys.